Well, Las Vegas is a city that's always evolving and keeping up with the comings and the goings. As Vital Vegas founder Scott Roeben, he joins us here live as he does every Monday night. Thanks for being here.
Of course, anytime.
So, you know, on Friday, I think it was Friday, late last week, we reported that Fright Dome at Circuc Circus, which had been there for like 15 years, isn't going to be returning. A lot of us were sort of stunned. You've got a little bit of scoop on that because no one really saw that coming, or did they?
Well, I had tweeted something about it a month or two ago. I had heard rumblings that there was some conflict between Fright Dome and Circuc Circus. It's an independent company that does that for them.
Right.
Very lucrative for both parties. Apparently, there's some financial stresses coming out of another attraction, the Saw Escape Room, which is run by this company, Egan Productions. So the owner of that company went to Circus Circus, said he needed a bigger cut of Fright Dome.
Oh.
They were open to negotiation, but he stopped returning their phone calls, so they literally started throwing Fright Dome equipment and costumes out of storage. Very dramatic. I don't believe it'll be back at all. It's likely that Circus Circus may host its own haunted house in the future because they've kind of seen the formula, and I think they could just take it over.
But there's not really much time to put something like that together. I mean, they start this thing almost the day after Halloween, and they get planning for the next year.
Yeah, it will not be for 2018, I don't believe. It could be for 2019, though.
A lot of people disappointed. This got a lot of traction on Facebook. People are like, no, it's one of our favorites.
It's true.
Something that we see a lot of is unfinished projects here on the Las Vegas Boulevard. One of them, just north of us, actually, is the Fontainebleau, but now it's called the Drew Las Vegas. New owners, new image. It's expected to open in 2020. Is that kind of ambitious, or are they still on track?
I would call that ambitious. They have encountered some issues that I'm not sure they were aware of. They knew it would take quite a bit of money. They don't exactly have the financing in place, but I think there have been some surprises related to, I heard that the windows are a problem, but an even bigger problem has to do with the plumbing and the power. There's insufficient power, and from what I've heard, it's going to be a very, very expensive proposition to get enough power to this massive resort. So I think 2020 is optimistic for the Drew.
So it sounds like they've got some major infrastructure issues before they can even finish that thing.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, so we all know that O.J. Simpson is a local fixture here now in town. Apparently he did an interview with Sacha Baron Cohen for a show that he does called Who is America? It's on Showtime. Was there something that was a big reveal in this episode?
I don't know if it was a big reveal, but it definitely got a lot of buzz. You're calling him a fixture here. He is definitely, that's one word for it. He's a convicted felon. He was, I think, publicly embarrassed by this gentleman. He is known for kind of setting up these interviews.
Oh yeah.
And he if you can find it online, or if you are subscribed to Showtime, you should absolutely watch it. It is amazing what Sacha Baron Cohen does. And at one point he says, we're lady killers. It's a very awkward, embarrassing interview, and I highly recommend it because unless you see it, you will not believe that it happens.
I'm surprised that O.J. Simpson even agreed to do it.
I'm shocked. A lot of times they go into these under kind of false pretenses, and it's very clear that O.J. did not expect to get those kind of questions or comments.
Scott Roeben, thanks so much for that. You can check out all of his scoops at vitalvegas.com, and we're back with more news right after the break.